Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to our YouTube channel and welcome to this video. So this is the part 13 of our Laravel for beginners tutorial, and in this video we're going to discuss, or we're going to talk about how to enable editing and deleting of information or deleting of our data coming from our database. So in the previous video we have worked with our post or our blog, right? So we can now have, or we can now see all the posts coming from our database. And of course, we can also go into details by clicking the specific post in this particular page. So there you go. We have here the post tree, and of course, we have post 2 with all the details. And now let's try to add the edit functionality and also the delete functionality of this particular post. So if there are several posts here on this particular page, so we have an option to edit or even delete that particular post. So in order for us to do that, we need to go to our code editor and try to modify our show page. So as you can see, we have the resources, the views, and of course the page. And we also have here the files for our post. So we have here the show.blade.php, and in here we need to add a link. So right after the written on information, so we need to add a link for our edit. So let's just try to add first an HR element to have a separation of these two elements. There are small and of course the link that we're going to add. So this link should redirect to post, and then the ID of our post, and of course the edit, and then it should say edit, and it should have a class btn and btn default. So if you try to save this and go back to our browser and refresh, so we now have the edit link here, and if you try to click on this one, we are being redirected to this page, pkproject.loc/post and then /1 and then edit. So now let's go back to our code editor and try to modify our post controller. So up, and then HTTP controllers, and of course our post controller. So we have here the store function, and of course we have also the show. Before, or from the previous video, we have worked with show, and then we're just getting the post. So we're just going to do that also for our edit function. And also we can just copy this line and just modify, instead of saying show, it should have the edit keyword. And of course we're also passing the post variable to our edit page. So let's go back to our resources and then post. We need to create a new file here. It should say edit blade.php. Okay, and we're going to copy the markup from createblade.php because I think they're almost the same. So in this page we are creating a post, and of course in this page we're editing the particular post. So instead of saying create a post, it should be edit post. And of course in here is, we need to say, instead of empty, we need to say post, and of course the title of our post, the same with the body of our post. So post and then body of the post. And since we're editing a particular post, we need to include or submit also the post ID. So instead of just passing the post controller at store, so we need to make it an array to pass also the ID of our post. So that's post ID. There you go. And as you can see, we have here the post method. But if you try to view our route list by opening our terminal, so let's try to view first our list. So that's PHP artisan and then route list. So we have here all the route for our project, and as you can see, we have here the update, right? So post, and then of course the ID of our post, and as you can see, the method for this particular route is put or patch, but we can't directly say here put. So we need to have some kind of mechanism to enable to say put. So in here, we need to pass in some hidden field. So form, and then hidden, and of course the underscore method keyword. So this is somewhat like a bypass because we cannot directly go here and say put. So instead it should be post here, and then here we can say the method should be put for our update route. So save this, and then I'm just going to close that terminal, and let's go back to our post controller and try to update our update function here. So in here, in our update function, we could just copy the logic coming from our store function. So we can copy all these lines and paste it here. There you go. And we just need to change the post because we're not doing, or we're not creating a new post, we're editing the post. So what we need here is to find the particular post, find, and then passing in the ID of the post. And of course, instead of saying post updated or post created, it should be post updated. So there you go. Save our post controller.php, and let's go back to our browser. And in here, refresh. So we have here the edit post page. So let's try to go back to our blog first, and then try to see post 2. And then this is the post 2, and then if you try to click on edit, we can see that the title is post 2, and we can just edit the body here. So this is the second post body, and this is updated by a certain user, just to make sure, just to show that we have updated this particular post. So submit. So we're getting this exception. So the put method is not supported for this route. So I think we need to change something here. So, oh, there you go. So instead of using store, it should be update here. So save that. And let's go back to our page. So blog, and then post 2, and then edit. This is the second post body, and this is updated, and then submit. So there you go, post updated. And then if you try to go see the post 2, we can now see that the post has been updated. So now let's add the delete function. Just like what we have in our edit function or edit form, we need to submit also the post ID for our delete function, and also specify the post method. So in that manner, we need to also make our delete function as a form. So we need to add a form here instead of just a pure link. So that's form, and then open, and the action of our form, that will be post controller, and then add destroy, because we're using this for particular function to delete our post, and then of course the ID of our post ID, specify the post ID, and then for this we need to specify the method here. So method, and of course this should be post, and we need to add a class here for our form. So class pull right, because we want this to float right side of our edit link. So pull right, and then we're going to close this one, close our form, and in here we need to add two things: the method, or the spoofing method that we have, the same like for our edit. So we need to add hidden field, so underscore method, and of course the keyword delete, and of course here we also need to add the submit. So form, and then submit, open and close, and then delete. This is our submit button. So delete, and we need to add a class here for our button. So that's btn, and then btn danger. So let's try this. Refresh. So we're getting syntax error, unexpected period. So let's go back to our editor and identify the, oh, there you go. So post, it should be the post ID. So save. Let's go back to our page. Post 3. So it says undefined class constant close. So I think we also missed that. Instead of close, so it should have the open and close parentheses. So let's go back to our page, post 3, and then delete. So now we are being redirected to the destroy function of our post controller. So let's go to that function. So destroy, and in here we just need to find the post, just like what we have in our update and show. So find the post, and then of course we need to delete the post by using that function, and then we need to redirect to our post page. So that's post, and of course we need to pass in a message. So that's success, and then the post remove. So save that, and then refresh, or maybe it's better to go to our post first. So blog, and then post 3, and then press the delete. So as you can see, we have removed the post number 3, and we have the message here, post remove. So we have successfully created our create, read, update, and delete. And in the next video, we're going to talk about, or we're going to discuss about user authentication. So thanks, and see you in the next video.